Hey guys, my name is Pranav, and today we're going to write a script that sniffs the packet on a given interface, and we'll try to extract the source IP of it. Basically, it would be a demo call only. Means we will be sending a demo packets only to a default interface, that is loop interface. So before we begin with our script, I'd like to clarify that what is interface. So interface is between a bridge that lets you interface is like a bridge in between a machine and the network that sends the data to the network and receives back it from the network. And sniffing packets basically means is that you monitor the packets, where they come from and where they go. Okay, so to do that, we will be using scapy. We'll be using a scapy model. Scapy model in Python basically lets you play with the networking side of the machine. Okay, so for that, I'll just create a script scapy.py, and I'll be adding the interpreter path in Python 3.9. I'll be now adding the module from scapy.all import get if list. So get if list is basically a method that help us get the interfaces in the current machine. So I'll first get the list ifc equals to, we'll be calling this method get if list. Okay, since now I have the variable set with the list, now I'll just be what I can do is I'll just loop over it. So for I in ifc print I, and let's check what it will do. So I'll be needing to give the executable permissions for that. Scapy appy. Okay, so since we are using scapy, we'll need to use the sudo command, because since it is networking, it needs to be run with this. So scapy. Okay, there is one issue. What is the issue? Get off list. Okay, actually I made a mistake. I should have written here if for the interface. Now let's try to check. Okay, see, you can get you can see hello, eth0 and docker. These are the three interfaces in my current machine. Okay, so now since we have that, what we want to do now is we will unpack the variables. We will unpack the elements into variables so that we can deal with the interface that we really want to work on. Okay, so for that, what I will do is I'll just comment it out, and I will unpack it in a b c equals to what we have as a list, this one, and how many elements we have there. We have 3 elements, so I'll be putting it over there, and just to prove it, I'll be printing a from it, because we want to deal with the hello. So let's see if that gives it. Okay, yeah, so we now have hello. I'll just run it more once again. So this is the interface that we want to work in. Okay, now I want to do is I want to use a sniff method. So sniff. So before I use the sniff method, I'll need to import it as well from scapy. So I'll just copy it like that and import sniff. Okay, IP to get the IP, and TCP. Okay, which is transmission control protocol. Now we will be using sniff method, sniff, and it needs 3 parameters. So first is iFace. iFace is nothing but interface, which we already have as what is the interface we have is a, which we will be using it. Okay, now count is basically how many times we should listen. For example, how many transactions you should listen. So 5 times I want to listen it. Okay, and then what we will do is prn equals to lambda function. Basically I will be using a lambda to just shortcut into the source IP. Basically I want to take the source IP. So packet source IP dot src. Okay, so this will give me a source IP out of the transmission. Okay, let's see how it works. Now we'll try to run it. Okay, now as you can see hello, but it is continuously listening. Why it is not showing anything? Because we have not sent any packets to it, because this is a local machine and local interface. So I mean default interface. So we need to mimic the so in order to mimic the entire workflow, I need to create another instance and send the or send a packet to this own hello. Okay, so what I will do is I will keep it running for now. Okay, and I will go over here and click on scripting again, which will create another instance, and I will log into it. So guys, just so you know, this is the same machine that I'm trying to logging on. Okay, on the left it is a new instance, and on the right it is the existing instance. Okay, so now we will be sending the packets. So ping 127.0.0.1. Okay, as you can see, as soon as I sent data, as soon as I pinged to the particular IP, which is the self IP, I'll just take it out. So what it did is it sent the packets from this machine itself. Sent the packet to self machine. Okay, so it sent the packet to itself, and now what we are able to do is we are able to record it for 5 times. So 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so that's how you basically record it. You can have you can have this mechanism for other interfaces as well, so that your networking becomes stronger. You always have an idea, or you always have a monitoring setup that will know. So you will always have a setup that will let you know that who sent the traffic, or where it came from, or where it went. So that's how you can write the script to sniff a packet, like on a interfaces on your machine. All right, that's the main walkthrough. But before we wrap up, let me show you something useful. This is my service page. If you would rather have me do heavy lifting, I help with SSL migration, restore, servers, website troubleshooting, WordPress core file replacement, and even one-to-one consultancy. Basically, if it's tech headache for you, I can take care of it at a very cheaper costs. Now over to web tools. If you are more of a DIY person, check out the tools section of my website. There are a couple of tools that you can use on a daily basis. Tools like What's My IP, SSL checker, case converter, all these things you can just search over here. Ping, for example, if I want to search a ping test, then you can just search like this over here. And finally, when you're ready to connect, here's the contact form for business inquiries, collabs, and for project assistance. Just fill out the form and I'll try to reach you as soon as possible. If you would like to support my work, the buy me a coffee QR code is right here. You can scan it and support me. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.